Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This video is for fire signs for the month of December 2019. So if you are a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, you are in the right place. And I also highly recommend watching your moon sign and your rising sign video as well. That'll help give you a fuller picture. Unless all three of those are on fire, then you really are in the right place. Like me. My sun is in Aries, my moon is in Leo, and my rising is in Sagittarius. So this is my reading. And if you don't know your moon or your rising, just go over to cafeastrology.com and put in your information, and they will generate a free natal chart for you. So it's great to know all your aspects, as we are complex beings. And just remember to take what resonates and leave the rest as we take a look at December 2019. For fire signs. And also keep in mind the first 3 months or the first 3 weeks of December are in Sagittarius season. So fire signs and Sagittarius, you are in your element right now. And then the final week of December is in Capricorn season, which is Earth. So we move from fire into Earth at the end of the month. Okay, fire signs, your first card of December 2019 is the Hermit, followed by the Four of Swords, into the Emperor, into the Queen of Swords, followed by the Moon, into Judgment, into the Nine of Cups, and finishing the month off with the Seven of Swords. Okay, fire signs, let's take a look at this month for you. So, you start off the month with the Hermit. So, what I'm feeling for you, fire signs, is that you have really taken some time for yourself, or you will be taking some time for yourself. Maybe it's something that's continued from the end of November into December, since it's your first card, of really giving yourself some space, whatever that looks like for you. If you have a big family and you're not alone a lot, maybe you've really been able to dive deep in the moments that you do get alone, and that can be just even in the shower if that's really all you get. But really valuing and honoring your alone time that first week into the first couple of days of December, and you really need it as we have just moved into Sagittarius season. Sagittarius, you're in your element. All fire signs are in your element right now, and we have been since about the 21st of November. So this time for yourself could be really important, just to check in and see where you're at, especially as we just wrapped up a Mercury retrograde at the end of November, and we'll still be in the shadow into the beginning of December. So taking some time to yourself is absolutely warranted, and really try and, like I said earlier, carve some space out for yourself if you can, beyond just maybe a shower. Okay, and I feel like you'll really find value in that time, by the way. Switching to the next card, we have the Four of Swords. And I feel like this really pairs well with the Hermit for the first week of December, because the Four of Swords, in that silence or in that time that you give yourself, some things are really going to come up for you. This is going to be a great opportunity for you to make peace with those things and finally set some things to rest. And fire signs, I know it can be really fiery up in your world, and this is an opportunity to just see things for what they are, come into acceptance, and have gratitude for all the situations in your life that have taught you and molded you into the person that you are today. So, that first week of December is going to be a real internal experience for you, fire signs. If you're finding that you need to spend more time alone, it's okay to say no to social obligations or to overextending yourself, and really giving yourself some space to explore your inner world. And like I said, with the Four of Swords, just to really set some things maybe that have been gnawing at you this year, or maybe even longer, that you've been carrying around. And this is the time to really sever the cord and to have gratitude for how those experiences molded you or shaped you. Okay, fire signs. We have the Emperor for the second week of December, kicking off those first couple of days of the second week. So Emperor energy, you're going to feel really aligned with what you're doing. And whether that be work or creative projects, whatever you have deemed yourself kind of in charge of. And maybe you're the head of your family. Maybe you sit on a council. All of these things are relevant. So anywhere you feel really empowered, the Emperor is saying you're going to feel very inspired that second week of December to really allow yourself to unfold even deeper into the experience of leadership and what that means to you. And fire signs, all fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, are natural leaders. It's just what we do. We tend to be the lighthouse or the way shower. And this is a time for you during the second week of December to really take ownership and to really feel empowered in those aspects of your life where you feel you are a leader. And to really also, the Emperor rules in a balanced way. So think of the people or other energies that you are in agreement with, that you are the leader, and think about how things can be done as balanced as possible, okay? And then as we move into the final couple days of the second week of December, fire signs, we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is a great compliment. You have some great compliment cards coming up for each week so far, fire signs, I gotta say. So the Queen of Swords is a great compliment to the Emperor, because where you got to be more thoughtful and maybe plan some things, where you feel your leadership vibes, fire signs, the Queen of Swords is saying that you're going to really start to execute those things right away, very quickly, and moving forward with how you feel things should be handled, and being able to express yourself. And but also what I'm hearing for you fire signs is remember to take into consideration other people's points of view. Sometimes it can be hard for fire signs to see outside of their own realm, even though you might think that you have everyone accounted for and their best interest in mind. It's important to listen to what other people have to say, is what the Queen of Swords is bringing forward in this message for you fire signs. So yes, you're going to start executing and you're going to start moving things. You're going to keep the ball rolling, or start it rolling, whatever that looks like for you in these aspects of your life. But what I'm hearing is just remember to listen and to be open to other people's point of view as you're moving forward, and to take it all into consideration, because you want to move forward in a way like a team, okay? So the Queen of Swords is saying, like, this is going to happen and there is momentum there and a lot of forward direction, but to take everyone's point of view into consideration. Okay, fire signs? So the beginning of the third week, you find the moon for the first couple of days of the third week for you fire signs. And let's see. I feel like things are going to shift back into your internal world. Things are going to be moving at a good pace for your outer world, for your material world, that you've really set in place the second week of December. So by the third week, it's going to be time to be more reflective on your internal world, says the moon, and really paying attention to your intuition and to your dreams and any information that's coming through in your dream space, because that can really help bring healing to your daytime as well. So really just being conscious of intuitive information that comes through, whether it's during your conscious hours or whether it's during your dream time, and to be really sensitive with yourself the beginning of the second week of December. I really feel like there's some upgrades that are going to be coming through for fire signs the beginning of the third week of December. So just being really gentle if you need more sleep this week, really honoring that. If you are finding that your immune system is down this week, just really tending to that and taking care of yourself and being really sensitive to your vibes and to your energy, which you should be always, but really, really kind of shining a light on that in the most gentle and loving and self-compassionate ways possible, fire signs. And remember, it's okay to slow down a little bit. Even though I know we're in our element this month, fire, fueling fire. There's a lot of momentum for you building also this month. So, and then to end the third week of December, we have Judgment. And Judgment, let's see, what am I hearing for Judgment for you fire signs? The end of the third week for you fire signs might get a little bit chaotic. And just remembering to take a pause and to use your discretion with things that are coming forward, and to not try to let your emotions get too in the way of things that are coming forward, because what I'm hearing is some of it might be a distraction. Because you're doing some really good internal work that started here with the moon the first couple of days of the third week. So if things that are coming in that are lower frequency, that are distractions, really try to work through those the end of the third week, fire signs. Try not to feed into the distraction of it. Fire can get lit pretty easily. So, and also watch your levels of intoxication around this time, fire signs, because you are moving into such a sensitive period for your collective energies, the beginning of the third week with the moon, just to be really careful about what kind of recreational activities you partake in at the end of the third week of December. So we have holiday festivities coming up and celebrations, and just be really careful of what you're ingesting, what you're taking into your body, and the environments that you're putting yourself in, because December's actually a really important month for you fire signs in your spiritual path and your energetic body evolution. It's just going to happen. So be really gentle with yourself in this third week of December, fire signs, as your system gets an upgrade, okay? And really be paying attention to what you're consuming by the end of the third week of December. But by the beginning of the fourth week of December, so now we've moved from Sagittarius season into Capricorn, and also something interesting that's happening this week, fire signs, is we have a solar eclipse on the 26th of December. And what's so fabulous about solar eclipses, as we've just moved from Sagittarius season into Capricorn season, is that because it is a solar eclipse, solar eclipses tend to bring heightened energy around manifestation and abundance. So this is what I really see for you the beginning of the 4th week of December with the 9 of Cups. This is about seeing things that you have been working really hard on come to fruition, and a sense of satisfaction in what you've been able to create for yourself or the world around you, fire signs. So just know that the 4th week of December is a really good time, fire signs, for you to be the magnet and to attract into you whatever you would like, and to think about that in a way as you create your reality. And I really see a lot of you have been working really hard this year. So you might see your bonus come in at this time. You might see extra work coming in at this time. There's just a lot to be grateful for, says the 9 of Cups, in the beginning of the 4th week of December. And then by the end of the month, fire signs, we have the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords is telling me that this has been, okay, so I hear for you, fire signs, that the month of December, you might find yourself a little bit more overindulgent. And this is the call for you to really start cutting back and to share your blessings with others, and to really give, and understanding the masculine energy of giving this season. And because you just went through in the beginning of the 4th week, like this great windfall and this abundance. And I feel like the 7 of Swords is really reminding us to share with our fellow friends, with our family, but also our community. So whatever that looks like for you and however you can give back, fire signs, I'm hearing that this is going to be a great expansive activity for you to engage in the final month or the final days of December. What it can be financially, it can be with material goods, but it also can be with your energy, and it can be however that looks. It can be community service or volunteering, or it could just be there. You could be there to hold space for a friend as they are going through something. So just keeping in mind that the end of December is going to be the vibration of giving back, fire signs. Okay? And I want to thank you all for joining me. And let's just do a quick recap. So we start off the month with the Hermit, fire signs. So taking time to yourself, internal reflection, as we are still in the shadow of this Mercury retrograde as it's ending, and taking time for yourself as you need to, so you can really set some baggage down and come into acceptance or have gratitude for the experiences that you've been through that have helped shaped you but are no longer relevant for you to have to drag around any longer. Then you have the Emperor, who's saying really be diplomatic anywhere that you feel you are the lead energy, okay? And the Queen of Swords is saying also take into consideration other people's point of view and listen to what they have to say as things come up. And the beginning of the 3rd week of December, we have the Moon, which is a big intuitive download for everybody of fire, of fire element. So all you Sag, Leo, and Aries, really listen to intuitive information coming forward at the beginning of the 3rd week of December, and anything that comes through in dream time, okay? And the end of the 3rd week of December, fire signs, you're in a sensitive time here as your body, as your energy, as your intuition is all upgrading. So really be careful about the environments that you put yourself in and any toxins that you intake. Just be aware that it could really, like if you're used to a certain level of substance, you're going to be even more sensitive to it. So just support yourself and listen to yourself. Like I was saying with the moon and your intuition right before that, and try not to be stubborn about what you consume this week, at the end of the week, of the third week of December, fire signs, okay? And the beginning of the fourth week, there is a great windfall coming for you. This is the 9 of Cups. And really enjoying that abundance and calling in that abundance. And it is a time for you to manifest. And it is a time for you to attract fire signs, okay? And the end of the month is also about sharing and giving back. And like I said, that can be just holding space for a friend, or it could be community involvement and volunteering. So I want to thank you all for joining me this month. Thank you, fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And if you liked this reading, head on over to my Patreon page where I have readings by each specific zodiac sign. I would be honored to have you as my patron. And you can find that link just below the video here. I've provided it for you. And if you'd like one of these readings one-on-one for yourself, feel free to reach out to me through my website via www.tarotbymegan.com. And that's tarotbymegan.com. I would love to hear from you. And have a happy Sagittarius season, fire signs, with 1 week in Capricorn. And I'll see you next month.